Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about how you can trim off the beginning and the end of your videos using YouTube. So why would you want to do this? Well, very often when we record videos, when we record training and presentations, we have a little bit of stuff at the beginning before we actually launch our presentation. And sometimes we have a little bit of stuff at the end when we're trying to figure out how to stop the recording on our presentation. And so being able to trim that non-essential video from the beginning and that non-essential video from the end just cleans up our videos and makes them look that much more professional. So let's talk about how we're going to do that. Well, the first thing we're going to do is go to YouTube. Then we're going to find the videos that we want to trim. We're going to identify how much we need to trim from the beginning and the end, and then we're going to go ahead and trim it and save it. So the first thing we have to do is go to YouTube. So we'll just go to youtube.com, and I recommend that you double check over in the right-hand corner to make sure that you are in the correct YouTube account. I know some of you have personal Gmail accounts. Some of you have school-related or work-related Gmail accounts. And so you just want to make sure you are in the account that has the videos that you want to edit. Mine is all set. So the next thing you need to do is get to your videos. And there's several ways to get to your videos. One way is to go to the left-hand menu here and click Your Videos. And this gives you a list of all of the videos that you've uploaded to your YouTube space. The video that we're going to be working on for this demonstration is this first video called Sample for YouTube Trimming Video. And we need to go ahead and get into the details of that video. And we do that by mousing over it and then clicking on the pencil. And once you do that, it brings up a screen that looks very familiar to you because this was a screen you saw when you were uploading your YouTube video. You can see your title here, which you can change if you want. Down near the bottom, you can see where you selected if it was made for kids or not. Over here in the upper right, you can play your video in this play window. You can get the link if you need the link. You can see the visibility on this has been set to public. But if you click the down pointing arrow, you can change the visibility of the video. So there's several things you can do not related to trimming your video from this screen. But we want to go ahead and trim the video. And we do that by going to the left sidebar and choosing Editor. There's three main areas of this screen. The first is the Video Editor area. And you can see that we can trim and cut, we can blur, we can add audio, we can add end screens, and we can add info cards. Over here in the right, we have a play window, and then across the bottom, we have a timeline. So you'll see as we move from left to right, we're actually starting our video and progressing through our video. So it's like we took our video, flattened it out into a long ribbon, and that's what we're looking at here. The top line obviously is the audio, and the bottom line is the visual, the video part of it. A couple other things I want to point out in this bottom section. One is over here in the upper right, we have zoom in, zoom out bar. So if you look at the timeline, when I move this to the right, it zooms in and makes it all bigger, which makes it easier to do editing. And then, of course, you can zoom it back out. I also want to point out this right here, which is referred to as the playhead. And you'll see right now the playhead is set to 0. But as we play the video, I'm just going to manually move it for now. But as we play the video, you'll see up here the time changes so that right now we know we are 11 seconds and 2/100ths of a second into the video. And this can also be helpful when you're doing some really fine editing. let's go ahead and play this video and see where we are. Before I play it, to let you know what's going on, I recorded a video in Zoom and I turned on the recording. And then once I turned on the recording, I started the slideshow. So that took a little time. And then I started talking. So let's take a look and see what got captured on the video. So here you can see I shared the screen. Now I'm going in to start this. Hi everyone, this is Robin. And to start the slideshow, and then I started talking. So we want it to start right when I start talking. We don't want that little bit at the beginning where it has nothing to do with the presentation. We're just looking at me starting the slideshow. What we need to figure out is where do we want to stop it? And we can tell just by looking, we're going to want to stop it someplace around here because that's where you can see I start talking. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on this, just to make it a little easier for us. And I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to stop it right where I want to trim it. So you can see right at this spot, I haven't really started talking yet, and I'm on the first screen of my presentation. So that's a great place to trim it. And the way that we trim it is by clicking on the Trim and Cut tool, and you'll see it's added this end point. And all we have to do is slide the end point right to where our playhead is. And so now that's the start of our video. We've essentially trimmed off the first part of our video. It's just that easy. Now we're going to want to do the same thing at the end of the video. So I'm going to just manually move it down to the end of the video. You can tell this is about where I finished talking. So I'm going to start it right here and play it, and we'll see what happens. Let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I will see you online. So obviously I end the presentation, I'm back in Zoom, and now I'm going to end the meeting. So we can see again where I need to stop the video. So I'm going to put my playhead here again. Right here, if we play it, I will see you online. That's about where I want to stop it. So I will take my end point and I will slide it up to about there. And now I've trimmed off the end. So now when I go to play my video, I'm going to move my playhead all the way to the beginning. When I go to play my video, this is going to be the start of my video. So you have a choice. You can discard your changes if you don't like what you've done, or you can go ahead and save it. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. And you'll see it says it might take a few hours for your changes to apply. During that time, viewers will see the current version of the video. You won't be able to make changes to the video, and the original version of your video will be stored. So when it says you can't make changes, it's because it's in the middle of updating it. So you can't make more changes. But what you can do is you can go back in and say, I'm having second thoughts about this trimming I did, and I want to redo those changes. So you can do that. But we're going to keep this, so we'll go ahead and save it. And now it's being processed. Our video has finished processing, so I'm going to go ahead and just copy the URL and open a new tab and paste it in. And now when we play the video. Hi everyone, this is Robin, and this is the last week this week for week 2. You'll see that all the beginning part is gone, and it starts right where we trimmed it right at the start of the video. Makes it look so much cleaner, so much more professional. The same is true at the end of the video. So although it's not required for you to trim your videos, it really does help it look more professional and more polished.